A wet and muddy Pilanesberg greeted competitors when they arrived for the Toyota Dealer 400 Round 5 of the Bankfin Off-Road Championship at Sun City recently. It had rained overnight, but the day turned out to be sunny and hot. As always, there were last-minute preparations before crews headed off to the ceremonial start within the Sun City complex.
I think it's a very interesting race. It's very technical, tight, twisty, a few fast stretches from what I saw on the pro yesterday. But I strongly believe it will be fun today.
Time for the Leek family to bid each farewell.
As you know, I think off-road racing's got a lot of luck, you know. Sometimes small little things just keeps you back. We just do more and more preparation, work on the car more, and just hope and pray that our luck changes, that's all.
Nissan's Hein Grobler hasn't had much luck this season either.
Jongen, ek hoop dis nou verby, want ons het al die teëspoed ons kon gehad hierdie jaar gehad. En ek hoop is nou hierdie reis verby dat ons begin iets doen, iewers kom weer verslag. En het raak nou, het breek ons gemoed af, weet het. Die voel naar een negatief, die voel naar, jy kan dit nie meer doen nie. Ek glo dan vir hierdie reis gaan het beter gaan.
The start of the Toyota Dealer 400, Round 5 of the Bankfin Off-Road Championship. On board with Teniel de Villiers and Francois Jordan in the Nissan Hardbody. Grobler and Leek and Machikanene and Sally started on the same second, but the four-wheel drive Nissan clearly had the edge over the two-wheel drive Jimco in the wet and slippery conditions. Not having a windscreen also handicapped the special vehicle pair. Greg Dowse and Archie Rutherford held on to fourth place in the Class S Nashua Mobile Raceco. They too found the conditions to be a little tricky. On board with Api Reyneke and Robin Houghton in the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser. A decidedly more comfortable environment than in a special vehicle. Woolridge and Skolthammer were locked in an early battle with Shamir Varihava and Zain Mula, but a sneaky move on the part of the Ford driver saw Varihava drop one place down the field. Despite the Bankfin Off-Road Championship catering for two separate categories and recognizing two champions, there is nevertheless intense rivalry between the special and production vehicle fraternity. Former Bankfin touring car driver Duncan Foss was in a class all of his own and clearly the man to beat in the highly competitive Class D. Century Property Developments Isuzu of Mark Corbett and Juan Moore has proved to be extremely fast but sometimes fragile. Petty Class B leader Colin Matthews in the Industrial Hardware Off-Tracks, who not only had to drive an open cockpit vehicle but also had to do his own route finding. The Toyota Dealer 400 was only his fourth competition appearance. Behind the leading pack, the rest of the field was bunched together with drivers looking for every opportunity to gain a place. Overnight rain meant that there was no dust. Paolo Piazza Musso in the O'Hagan's Kopanang Hotel Super Team Jeep started 17th and had Carlos de Abrio in his sights. Another sneaky move and another place gained. The two-wheel drive Jeep gained 9 places in 30 kilometers, but was forced to retire when a steering arm sheared, fortunately at low speed and with no damage to the crew or the vehicle. Shumi van Vieren and Stephen Parker were hoping for a change in fortunes after 3 non-finishes in 4 starts this season. So too were Carlos de Abro and Steve Cooper. Manfred Schroeder and Jack Peckham were looking for their 4th consecutive Class E win in the Ford Racing Ranger. Long after the last car had left, John Weir Smith was still battling to solve the power steering problem on the O'Hagan's Kopanang Hotel Gymco.
Get inside.
Weir Smith and Minute started 30 minutes after the last car had left the start line and had a lot of ground to make up. And make ground the pair certainly did. They were fortunate that there was no dust, which made overtaking slower vehicles somewhat easier, and the slippery conditions did not seem to bother the BMW 540 V8 powered Gymco. Another casualty in the O'Hagan's Kopanang Hotel Super Team camp, this time Gareth Walk in the Mighty Mag, who ended up in a donga.
The front right arm is bent and it's very difficult to drive like that without power steering. Can't do much with the car. I'm going to see what I can do now. Maybe I can make a plan and carry on with the race, hope so. But if not, that's how it goes.
Midway through the first loop and a change of leader, Makachenene and Sally had got by the Nissans and were steadily opening the gap. Grobler and Leek were the new production vehicle leaders in the Nissan Hardbody and were closely followed by Dowson Rutherford in the Nashua Mobile Race Co. Next up were early pace setters De Villiers and Jordan in the Nissan Hardbody. They had been delayed by a puncture. Still leading Class D and third in the production vehicle category were Foss and Griffiths in the Nissan Hardbody. O'Hagan's Kopanang Hotel 500 winners Lawrence and Gerard Duplessis had moved up from 26th to 6th on the road after a storming drive in the Mobile Gymco. Ford racing pair Woolridge and Skolthammer got lost while leading and now had to be content with 4th overall in the production vehicle category and were being chased by Terence Marsh and Trevor Ayer in the Nashua Mobile Gymco, who were 3rd in Class A. John Moore and Fred Werner started 36th in the ex-Chepek Championship winning Chinoth and had moved up to 5th overall in the special vehicle category. They had Reneke and Houghton in the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser in close pursuit. Nearing the end of the first 115-kilometer loop of the Toyota Dealer 400, Atang Makachenene and Alex Sally were still in command at the head of the field, the Sam Racing Gymco performing faultlessly.